The early morning sun dawns over the rift, as Illia has traveled relentlessly throughout the night. Her thoughts heavy as she begins the questioning of her conception and the purposes that she was supposed to serve. Wondering what purpose her mother had to lie to her about her own father after being raised to believe that he was none other than a common marauder. But with each passing hour, Illia begins to calm her nerves as she begins closing in on Darklight Tower, hoping that perhaps the matriarch lied about her past.
My whole entire life, I was led to believe that we were the products of evil men, and that Mother had no choice but to embrace the dark arts because of the burden it carried within her. Why would she lie about that? Either way, I'm going to find out.
Illia finally arrives home, as her mind stays focused at the task at hand.
Welcome home, Master Illia. Mother has been expecting you.
I'm sure she has. I'll go see her at once.
But as Illia ventured through the tower, her heart felt weighted down with each step. It is as if she was preparing herself to learn a horrible truth. A truth that perhaps she was not ready to hear.
Once again, you prove yourself victorious against tremendous odds. Odds I knew that you would topple as I expected, daughter of mine.
Mother, I have questions, and I need to know the truth.
It appears you do, child. What has my enemy filled your head with? What lies will you sputter in my presence?
Gala has informed me that you practiced the dark arts long before I was born. That my father wasn't a bandit or a thug who took you by force, but was a member of the Blades, and that Gala and her sister were there the night I was conceived. Why would she tell me this, Mother? What purpose does Gala have to gain?
What difference does that make, child of mine? You have become one of the most powerful witches alive, and this is what you choose to waste your thoughts on.
It makes a difference to me, Mother.
If you are saddened by the fact that you were created by the dark arts, then I have failed as your mother and as your teacher.
What? What are you saying, Mother?
Since your early childhood, you've always been fascinated by stories of fairy tales and heroism, your mind easily distracted from the world around us, that you tend to forget that we live in a dangerous world. So, in order to steel your nerves, I had to show you another path, a path where you can see the world for what it is, so you can see the evil and carnage that plagues the world of men and mer, and use that evil and apply it to those who wish us harm. And by doing what I thought you to do, you've become stronger. Or so I thought.
So it's true. You lied to me. You've lied to me my entire life.
Look at you. You're wavering, doubting the very foundations of our coven. And only now I realize that I may have made a mistake, Illia. I may have been too lenient, too soft on you. You're becoming weak, Illia. And I didn't raise you to be weak. I raised you to be feared, to be a powerful mage, to be a force to be reckoned with. And yet, here you are, doubting me, doubting yourself. It's disappointing, Illia. Very, very disappointing.
I'm sorry I've become such a disappointment, Mother. But tell me, who is my father? It's already clear to me that he was no bandit or marauder.
I suppose it's time you knew the truth, daughter of mine. It appears you won't have it any other way. Oh, how the Dark Lords have their sense of humor. Before you were born, I needed to find a subject to breed with. But not just any subject will do. They needed to possess the right skills and reflexes to warrant my approval. And so, I would test travelers and adventurers who would come across my path. For many of these tests would result in their deaths, proving to me how weak they were. That is, until one day, I saw him, this traveler, this rogue. I had to test his skill. And so, I did. He was a smart fighter, possessing both skill and reflexes of his own. In the end, he was no match against his rivals. I used a powerful spell to make him my thrall, and once he became mine, the rest was easy.
I am yours to command, my grace. My life is yours.
He will do nicely. You will serve me until you put a child into my womb. Afterwards, I will have no further use for you. Do you understand, thrall?
Of course, my grace. I live to serve.
Once he was mine, the others helped conduct the dark ritual to enhance the seed. The ritual lasted for several nights as the Dark Lords began to give you life. And within the week, the seed was planted.
I live to serve, my grace. If there is anything else you need, you have but to ask.
You have planted your seed and thus served your purpose. Your services are no longer needed. You are to end your life and be gone from this world.
It will be done at once, your grace.
And he was obedient to the very end. Not once did I care to learn his name. However, his amulet did seem of value. And so, I decided to keep it. Perhaps even enchant it with the dark arts to have a new purpose. But I was too focused on you, my child. So I left it in my chest to never see the light of day ever again. So now that you know about your father, what will that change, daughter of mine? What grand feat were you hoping to uncover? What will you do now that you realize that you were bred to be my instrument of destruction?
My whole entire life, I was made to believe that I was going to lead this coven someday. That I would protect the coven from the outside world against those who wish us harm. But only now do I realize that it's the outside world that needs protection from us. We are the evil ones who brought darkness into the world, not them.
Don't you dare turn your back on this coven, child. You know what awaits you outside these walls.
Nothing more than what already resides here. Regardless, I don't think I belong here, Mother. Keep your staff. I won't be needing it anymore.
Do not walk away from me, child.
I'm done being a tool, Mother. I'm done with all of this.
Foolish child. No one walks away from this coven. No one.
Illia looks over the rift as her heart aches to hear the truth, realizing that she was bred to become an instrument of death, and even learning that her own father was an unwilling subject used for her mother's vile experiments. For this revelation has questioned Illia's future heavily, as she begins to wonder what life outside these walls would feel like. But such a thought would have grave consequences.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I need time away from here. This is not who I am.
No, child. This is who you are. I've molded you to become fearless. I was strict with you in your youth to phase out all the emotional attachments that you would have, to stone your feelings on the hard tasks that had to be done. And I thought that you had outgrown all those weaknesses. But I see now that I was wrong.
I'm sorry to have disappointed you, Mother. I guess I'm still that scared little girl after all.
No, daughter. I am the one who is sorry. Sorry for bringing you into this world. And I will not tolerate your weakness anymore. Your motherly attachments have made you weak. It has clouded your mind and your purpose. And I will not tolerate my own blood being sentimental. For you have shown me that I have failed as your instructor and mentor. A failure that needs immediate correcting. Farewell, Illia, for you are no longer a daughter of mine.
Rage begin flowing through Illia as she begins to experience an emotion she has never experienced before, the experience of being betrayed. And so she gives in to her anger.
She believes me to be weak, then let her see for herself.
And this act of betrayal will not go unpunished. Illia begins to channel her anger into raw power, preparing herself to cleanse the coven, a coven who she thought were her family. But unfortunately for this coven, Illia would not be showing any type of mercy as she massacres her way through the many hags and witches. For their power was pale in comparison to that of Illia's. Even her summoned remoras tore through the flesh of the coven, as Illia only had one soul on her mind that needed to be cleansed. Her own mother's. And so, her moment was now at hand.
Perhaps I was wrong about you, daughter of mine. Perhaps you are more dangerous than what I previously gave you credit for.
Can you really say that you're surprised? I am, what you made me after all. But never would I have envisioned that it would end like this.
I have built this coven from nothing. For over 2 decades I have honed you to be an instrument of destruction and carnage, trained you in the dark arts so that your enemies may tremble at your power. But that heart of yours, I could never tame it. Always infatuated with the world around you, that I failed to squash that very curiosity of yours.
Is that such a bad thing, Mother? I thought you wanted me to become strong so that I may protect the women of this coven from the outside world. But the only reason you started this coven was to use them to further your power. And by having a daughter, I would further that power of yours. I know there is evil and hatred in this world, Mother, but I also see that there is love and righteousness in this world as well. The Sibyl of Dibella was defiled to death right in front of me. A Sibyl of love and art, destroyed by evil and wickedness. And it was because of me. She died believing that love always conquers hatred. And I did nothing, but watched.
Good. The Sibyl of Dibella fell because love is a weakness. It is a disease that corrupts the mind further than any other spell known to man and Mer. Her death was inevitable and necessary, and yet you failed to realize that, as if the idea of love has blinded you from who we really are, daughter of mine. I see that now, how weak you've always been, how frail you are, and how pitiful you will always be. It's sad. It really is.
It is saddening, Mother. That much is right. But it doesn't change the fact that I am, and will always be, your daughter.
I should have killed you the moment I saw your weakness.
I would think more clearly if I were you, Mother.
Is that right, Illia? You dare challenge me?
I'm not scared of you, Mother. Not anymore.
Foolish child. You think you can harm the one who has given you life? The one who has given you power? Undone by my own daughter.
You brought this upon yourself, Mother. I never wanted this. I did not choose this life. You chose it for me.
That I did, daughter of mine. Now do it. Prove to me that I didn't raise no weakling. Show me that you are as powerful as you are wicked, and strike me down.
Don't think I won't, Mother. Just accept your defeat.
Do it, child. Show me that you are ready to venture this world alone.
I won't kill you, Mother. I can't do it.
And that is why you will always be a failure. My failure.
I am sorry, Mother. Forgive me. I have chosen my path, even if I must walk it alone. Goodbye, Mother.
Sylvia now lies dead, slain by the hands of her own daughter. A revelation that has been in the making as the Sibyl of Dibella foreseen. For Illia's newfound misery was also foreseen, and must now venture this world alone. And even though she has gained her freedom from the coven, she finds herself unable to leave the tower, feeling as if the outside world will come after her for her part in the slaying of the Sibyl of Dibella. An event she significantly regrets and vows to never partake in such an event ever again. But Illia's mother words still echoed within Illia. For Illia still hears her mother calling her emotions a weakness. And so Illia looks for a sign of strength as she comes across her mother's old chest. Illia finds what her mother has hidden from her. Her father's amulet of the blades.
This amulet was his. He had a life once. A life that was taken from him so that I could be born. I am sorry, Father.
What she thought would be a source of strength turned into a devastating reminder as she kept the amulet with her. The thoughts of her evil upbringing constantly weighing her down as Illia torments herself with the actions that she has done. Thinking herself unworthy of the life that was given as she wonders more about her dead father. Longing to know anything about him as she continues to look at the Akaviri inscriptions on the back of the amulet, hoping that his soul is at rest and that he may be the only good thing that has ever occurred in her life.
I'm sorry, Father, but the Sibyl's predictions are true, and I am to spend the rest of my days in misery as she foreseen. May you both be at peace.
Illia looks at her father's amulet that she placed beside her, wondering about the world that she was brought into, and how vastly different her life is now that she has destroyed the coven along with her own mother. Her misery causing her nothing but pain, as she imprisons herself inside the tower for the carnage she has caused against the teachings of Dibella, against the coven, and against her mother, even if it were a necessary justice that needed to be done. And so Illia vows to never leave Darklight Tower ever again, accepting her torment as punishment for her sins, as it appears her journey is at an end. But the gods weren't done with Illia yet. For it would appear that the Sibyl of Dibella was fortunate enough to already choose an agent of Dibella, long before her untimely demise. An agent who already resides in the Rift. A man whose destiny may be linked to Illia's redemption. But that is a story for another time.